Passage 34, English Test. Ellen was very unprepared for her literature test. Her English teacher had assigned the class Pride and Prejudice to read, which was written by an English author. It had been a difficult book to read, which was why Ellen had skimmed over most of it. Because of this, she was dreading the test. She knew she would not do well. Students who read the book closely were guaranteed to score well on the exam, and Ellen had not done so. This was because the book, which most people enjoyed, had been very boring in Ellen's opinion. Their teacher, who was addressed as Miss Kate rather than Mrs., had never married, so most of the boys in class had a crush on her. However, this didn't prevent Miss Kate from giving them an extremely hard test. She walked around, monitoring the students to make sure none of them were cheating, which had become a problem in the class. Ellen tried to concentrate on her test, but the boy sitting next to her was clicking his pen. The constant clicking was just one reason why Ellen hated sitting next to him. The other reason was that he often tried to cheat off her tests, but that would be useless today. Ellen was sure she would fail, not to mention the fact that Miss Kate was very vigilant. To her surprise, she was able to answer most of the questions correctly on the first page, which had all been about the author Jane Austen. Ellen had researched the author prior to the exam, so she knew most of the answers. But on the following pages came questions about chapters, which Ellen had skipped reading. She tried to remember what she could about the end of the novel, which was not much. Within the first 10 minutes, a few students had already begun handing in their tests. Ellen decided that people who finished the test this early had considered the test either too easy or too difficult to even attempt to finish. With just 5 minutes before the class would end, Ellen handed her test over to Miss Kate. The test, which had been even more difficult than she anticipated, was a lesson to her. Do the homework and read the material. If you do so, you won't fail.